And this thing is so thick. The camera isn't really capturing just how thick
massive.
this thing is. There's a branch up there that is basically the thickness of a regular sized tree. And we read on the sign that its thickest branch is 6.8 feet wide.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy.
To make a human chain around General Sherman, I like to call it Big Sherm, you need about 20 people with their arms stretched out holding hands, and then the volume is equal to about 34 of our vans. That's a
20. Holy. Okay. Today I'll be reacting to 2 national parks in 2 days, Sequoia and Kings Canyon. My friends, I'm not aware of those, but I'm pretty sure they are probably quite amazing. Before I go into that, let me ask you for one thing. If you can leave a like, thank you so much. It's the best way to show support. If you can subscribe, well, in that case, forget about it. You make my day. Have that in consideration now. Link for the original video in my description. These type of videos are probably my favorites. I think America is such a beautiful place and the national parks are tremendous. So let's play it.
For the next 2 days, we're exploring our 50th and 51st national parks,
Wow.
Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Located in California's stunning Sierra Nevada
California.
mountains, these 2 separate parks are managed together and perfect to experience in one visit.
Oh, okay, so they are together, okay. Now this makes more sense, 2 national parks in 2 days, okay.
Here you'll find towering giant sequoias,
my neck is definitely gonna hurt after staring up at these all day long.
gorgeous mountain views and rugged peaks, rushing rivers and waterfalls, scenic drives, and fun features to explore. This is a little more adventurous than I
my.
was anticipated. And we're starting our adventures in Sequoia National Park to see its famous namesake trees.
Wait, is this related with Native Americans? Oh, I would love that, my friends. I love this channel. This video was actually a recommendation of a viewer. Those trees
Sequoia
are so
National Park
beautiful.
was established in September 1890, making it the second oldest national park in the United States. Its purpose is to protect giant sequoia trees, the largest trees on Earth by volume. And the General Sherman tree is the largest of them all.
Okay, so the name of the trees are Sequoia. Okay, my friends, again, I was not aware of this. This will be a fascinating one, I can tell you.
I can't
They are
believe this
giant.
is a tree. This thing is so massive.
Wow. How old are those?
The General Sherman tree is 274.9 feet tall, has a circumference on the ground of 102.6 feet, and a total volume of 52,508 cubic feet. There are taller trees and there are wider trees, but General Sherman contains more wood or volume in its trunk than any tree on Earth. And this thing is so thick. The camera isn't really capturing just how thick
massive.
this thing is. There's a branch up there that is basically the thickness of a regular sized tree. And we read on the sign that its thickest branch is 6.8 feet wide.
Wow.
Absolutely crazy.
To make a human chain around General Sherman, I like to call it Big Sherm, you need about 20 people with their arms stretched out holding hands, and then the volume is equal to about 34 of our vans. That's
20. Holy. Okay.
according to my really quick 5-second calculations on my phone.
But General Sherman isn't the only impressive tree to see here. The park is full of them, and to see more, we're going to continue on to the Congress Trail.
Wow, what a place. Oh.
Giant sequoias only grow on the western slopes of California's Sierra Nevada mountains, and around 1/3 of all naturally occurring sequoias grow in both Sequoia and Kings Canyon. These giants are part of the redwood family, along with dawn redwoods, the smallest of them all, and coast redwoods, the tallest of them all, and the kind you'll find at Redwood National Park in Northern California. And compared to the coast redwoods, giant sequoias are shorter, but their trunks are a lot thicker.
Wow, this is incredible. Trees kinda touch my soul, my friends. I don't know why. Nature in general, but trees are so beautiful. Not sure if anyone relates with
Since
that
this hike
actually.
is called the Congress Trail, they've actually named two of the most beautiful groups of trees here after the two bodies of the Congress, the Senate and the House.
Besides the size of these trees, one thing I am loving about them is the color. They have this orangish tint to them, which just contrasts so beautifully against all of the greenery around. And something that I've noticed compared to the other trees around here, the bark just has more of a smooth kind of appearance to it.
And they're really bare until you get all the way closer to the top where they get really bushy. My neck is definitely gonna hurt after staring up at these all day long.
No, the color is amazing.
Oh, your head almost touches.
I have to duck. I'll probably hit
Be
right here.
careful.
Oh, close. The park may be most famous for its giant sequoia trees, but there is a ton more scenery to see here. So we're gonna take a quick break from its towering trees and head to Tokopah Falls.
Wow, all of this is so close, right? California is tremendous when it comes to natural beauty.
We have just about made it to the end of the trail, and this is Tokopah Falls. This beast cascades down over 1,200
That's
feet
mad.
over multiple levels,
What?
and it is super impressive, especially here in late May with
Wow.
all the snow melt. This waterfall is raging.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm a bit speechless, my friends.
This
So
waterfall
nice.
is wild. Not only is it insanely powerful, but it also has a pretty epic mountain backdrop. There's this mountain off to the side of it called the Watchtower, which has kind of a jagged cone shape to it. And just a combination of the mountain scenery and the waterfall and all these smaller waterfalls cascading down the rocks on the side.
Wow.
This is amazing.
Amazing, yeah. My friends, I've been reacting to a lot of national parks lately, and I was taking a look at my YouTube stats and stuff like that, and I feel like you guys tend to like this type of content, so the best way to tell me is, of course, always watching the video, but also leaving a like. It would mean the world to me. And as long as you guys keep watching this type of nature videos, travel vlogs, I will keep doing this because I have such a great time. And I think America is so beautiful that it's fascinating to discover all of this. And I've been trying, I know today we are actually reacting to California, but I've been trying to react to different places in America. So yeah, again, I know I'm repeating myself, but if you could leave a like, share the video, whatever you can do, I would appreciate you. Driving here is crazy, right? What? Oh, that was the comparison with the... Holy sweet potato. What? I know this is massive. Oh my god, there is a... Oh! Titanic right there. Okay, this is insane. Those trees are really, really massive. Bigger than the rocket.
We have popped into the Giant Forest Museum, which is a free small museum here in the park that talks all about giant sequoias. And one of the most interesting things that I've learned since being in here is the role of fires in the life of sequoias. And you may be thinking, fires, that's bad, it'll burn all the sequoias down. But actually, fires play a very vital role in the health and the growth of the giant sequoias. Over time, branches and leaves and other debris litter the forest floor, which makes it really hard for seedlings to grow and flourish. But what fires do is they burn up all this debris and they create a really fertile soil. And then simultaneously, the heat from the fire is opening up the cones of the giant sequoias, and the seedlings are coming flooding out and landing onto this fertile soil, which gives them a better chance at success.
Oh,
All right, I'm gonna play the role of a little seedling. I'm gonna spin the wheel to see what my fate is. Big money, big money, big money. No whammies.
What?
Oh, a squirrel ate me. Story of my life. Catherine brought up a good point.
That's
She's
so
like,
cool.
Game shows the thing has to go all the way around. Mine only went like a quarter, so I'm gonna spin it. Same fate. Squirrel got me.
Wait, again?
See if I have a better outcome.
Good spin.
Oh boy.
I've always wanted to be on The Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune.
Wait, sorry, The Price is Right is a famous TV show in America. It's also crazy famous here. Okay.
Oh man, seed lands in bad spot, never sprouts.
So our plan for the rest of the day is to hike to Moro Rock for sunset. We thought the road to the trailhead would be opening today for the season, but unfortunately it's not. So we're gonna have to walk there instead, and it should be about 3 miles round trip.
Okay, let's go. You know one thing, my friends, that I did not realize when I started reacting? Is about California. California, of course, is a tremendous state, but when I thought about California, I just thought about, Los Angeles, San Diego, those massive Hollywood, those massive cities, places. But California is quite more than that. And California overall is, again, I know I'm saying this over and over, but it's tremendous.
We made a quick detour at the tunnel log, which is a tree that you can drive through. This 275-foot tall sequoia fell across the road in late 1937, and the following summer, a 17-foot wide and 8-foot tall tunnel was cut through the tree to make it a visitor attraction. Even if we had been able to drive here, our van is about 2 feet too tall, so we're gonna walk through it instead.
That's crazy. Rock Museum?
We ended up having a little bit more time than we thought we would have, so we threw in another detour, and we just came up to Hanging Rock, which is a rock that's just precariously perched right on the ledge.
Wait, what? Don't do... What if the rock moves?
It'll stay there for now.
Moro Rock Trail, okay. Wow. Come on.
This trail is so fun because it's not actually a trail, it's just 350 steps with railings that you climb all the way to the top of the dome.
The view is crazy. Congratulations, my friend. My friends, you guys have a beautiful country. By the way, anyone watching from California, I feel like I have a bunch of viewers from California. If you could leave me a comment, it would mean the world to me, my friend.
This trail might be short, but it has a little adventurous edge to it.
Wait, what? Okay. We are lucky to have this planet, right?
You have absolutely epic views of the Sierras from up here, and this park is home to some pretty impressive peaks in the range, including Mount Whitney, the tallest mountain in the lower 48. Unfortunately, we're here a bit too early in the season to do some of the harder and higher elevation hikes in the park, but I'm just glad that we at least get to see all the beautiful mountains, and we will be back someday to get all up in them.
Damn. I don't even know what to say. I guess you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. It's a tremendous place. So amazing. Wow. What a place. Oh, come on. Give me a second. California is such a beautiful state. And this goes in line with what I think about America, of course. Such a beautiful country.
Today we're exploring Kings Canyon National Park and we're kicking things off with sunrise
So this is the second part of the video, basically, Kings Canyon. Let's see it, my friends.
at Panoramic Point.
I love the birds singing.
We struggled so much to get up this morning, and I was this close to saying, let's just skip it and sleep in. But just like every time we go see the sunrise, I never, ever, ever regret it. And pro tip, bring coffee when you go see the sunrise because it makes it so much better.
Okay, friends, let me say one thing. I actually have been reacting a lot to this channel, but I don't know this couple story that well. And that's a shame on me, to be fair. But I just want to say one thing. I admire people that, travel like this. And because at the end of the day, life, you know what I mean, is about having fun and enjoying the moment. Basically, I wish I could do this. Yeah. Okay, let me go back one sec. So, think about this. There is probably a bunch of millionaires that are completely trapped in New York or Dubai, another place in the world, all stressed out. And then, I don't know, I assume this guy's not a millionaire. There is this gentleman right here enjoying the life. You know what? You guys tell me, what do you guys think is better? For me, it's quite obvious, you know.
We're walking to the General Grant tree, and on the way there's this giant sequoia that fell many years ago, and now it's hollowed out and you can actually walk through it. How cool is that?
Ooh, okay, that gives me a bit of, I get a bit anxious. Oh, so cute.
Not only does Sequoia National Park have giant sequoias, but so does Kings Canyon. This is the General Grant tree, which has a volume of 46,608 cubic feet. We had read that it was the second largest tree by volume in the world, but this sign over here says it's the third one, so we're not sure which one it is, but either way, it's a big one. But beyond that, it also has some other unique titles like the nation's Christmas tree, which it has held since 1926 and still has a yearly Christmas ceremony. It is also the country's only living national shrine dedicated to the memory of the men and women of the armed forces.
Oh, that's so amazing. Man, what a time to be alive, my friends. I'm glad we have internet because at least if...
It is so hard to grasp just how giant these sequoias are. General Grant could apparently be filled with 159,000 basketballs. And reading different stats like that about how many things could fit inside the trees definitely helps put it into perspective, but it's still just so hard to wrap my mind around.
Okay, I was about to say, even if we are not there, this is still a fun experience to watch. I wonder
Kings
if I have...
Canyon National Park.
I wonder if I have anyone from California. I'm pretty sure I have. But I wonder if I have anyone that ever went to Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon. I really wonder.
Split into two areas. A smaller area that we were just in this morning, and then a larger area that is mostly wilderness, best explored by backpacking. Unfortunately, the road to this larger area is closed right before the park entrance due to damage. The road is supposed to open back up this summer, but we're a bit too early for that, so our plan for the rest of the morning and the afternoon is to drive the road as far as we can.
Oh, wow. Jesus. It's looking ugly, my friends. America. That's it.
The views on this drive are jaw-dropping. We are driving down into Kings Canyon with the South Fork Kings River rushing right through it. I originally did not think we would be able to drive this far down the road. I thought that it was all closed, but then I learned the other day that this stretch of the highway, which is in the National Forest, is actually open up until it meets back up with the National Park. And I am just so glad that it is, because we didn't even think we'd get to see Kings Canyon at all while we were here, and it is completely blowing me away, blowing all my expectations out of the water.
Wow.
We're not even in the national park.
Okay, so one of the things I like about this channel, they use drones, right? But the footage they show to us is tremendous.
We're not even in the national park right now, and I'm just so confused why. It's certainly national park level scenery. This is freaking epic.
Whoa,
yeah, Kings Canyon, even the part that isn't technically the national park, is so underrated. We're not even able to go into the backcountry, which is where I hear this place really shines, and I just can't stop freaking out about just how beautiful it is here.
Oh yeah, come on.
All right, we made it as far as we can go on the road, but there are a handful of things we want to check out on the way back. And first up is Grizzly Falls, which is just a few minutes up the road.
Grizzly Falls. I know another thing that starts with grizzly. Grizzly bears, okay. No, but come on, what?
There is so much mist coming off of this. It's pretty uncomfortable. It's really cold. Can't stand here for too long.
The beauty of Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Parks is not just above the surface. The parks are surprisingly home to 275 caves, with Crystal Cave and Sequoia being the most popular to visit. Unfortunately, it is closed this year, so we cannot go to that one, but thankfully, along this highway, there is a cave called Boyden Cavern that is open, so we're gonna go on their 1-hour tour.
Okay.
To get to the entrance of the cave, we are walking right along the river through the steepest part of Kings Canyon.
It's also the steepest walkway too to get up to the cave. Boyden Cavern is a marble cavern that formed over 100,000 years ago and is named after J. Putnam Boyden, a Hume Lake logger who discovered the cavern and lived inside it for several years, even using it to entertain others.
This was Putnam Boyden's entertaining room. He would get groups of people that were interested in coming and seeing his cavern.
On the tour, you get to walk 750 feet into the cavern, going through narrow and low sections.
The ceilings get really low in here, and she called this headache maker hallway, and I did just hit my head, so ow. The name is true.
And along the way, you get to see some different formations, all with some pretty fun names like the wedding cake, the upside down city, pancakes with butter and syrup on top, the brain, wavy formations that resemble curtain drapes, and the Christmas tree, which forms an inch per century.
Okay. Fantastic.
This is a little more adventurous than I was anticipating, and I love it.
I have to be honest, I don't like things that are super tight, you know, but this seems a fun experience.
There are only a few places on the planet we can experience a full-on blackout like this. A deep enough cave or a cavern, an isolation tank, bottom of the ocean.
Wow. I can't see anything. It is pitch black.
You can't see your hand in front of your face. You can't.
That cave tour was so much more adventurous than I thought it would be. You had to duck down and kind of squeeze through some smaller spaces. The ground was slick. We got to walk through a stream in the cave. It was so fun.
But man, so many of the formations were named after foods, pancakes, bacon. Now I'm just hungry.
Oh, they are a fun couple.
And places are all in
Okay.
who you share them with.
For our final stop before heading back into Kings Canyon National Park, we're at Hume Lake. And since Kona is not allowed on the park's trails, we're taking her on a walk on the Hume Lake Trail, which goes all the way around the lake.
Who you share it with, and the weeks and the weekends are keeping close. Who you spending with, and in time, what you find is the time is who you spend it with.
We brought some goodies to have a little picnic on the lake. They do have a snack shack here that we were hoping to get some burgers, fries, and shakes from, but unfortunately they're closed today. So we're just gonna make our own little snack shack.
We are making ourselves a little charcuterie board. We have some crackers, some carrots, some pickles, some cheese, some nuts, some dip. We throw some salami on here,
Wait, what?
some pears. Bada bing, bada.
Honestly, not sure if I should say this, but I really thought they are vegan because in other videos they talked about that, but now they are eating. Okay, no, not that matters, but I really thought they are vegan.
Boom.
Wait, but I saw them trying a burger. Never mind. No, sorry, never mind.
Food always tastes better outside.
Who needs milkshakes and fries and burgers?
Forget that stuff.
And a home in
Ah,
who you share it with.
there is no money for this, my friend.
Even though the last few spots we've checked out aren't in the parks, we highly recommend adding them to your parks itinerary. The cave was so fun, and I am in love with this lake. I love the mix of the lake with all the
crazy.
trees and the creek feeding into it and the mountain views. And while we were kind of bummed at first that not everything we wanted to do in the parks was going to be open or accessible this time of year, I think it was actually kind of a good thing because it's kind of encouraged us to seek out these other things outside of the parks that we maybe wouldn't have come to otherwise.
And I'm especially glad we came to this lake because on our hike, I saw fish in the water and I saw them biting bugs on the surface. I'm coming back for them tomorrow.
Go slay!
I'm gonna try to slay. We'll see.
Oh, that's crazy.
We're back in Kings Canyon National Park, and for our final adventure, we're hiking Big Baldy Ridge. It should be just under 6 miles and have some amazing views at the top.
What the experience they had, right?
Big Baldy gets its name for its bald dome appearance, but you could argue that the name has a second meaning. The trail takes you through a burn area with down trees and obstacles, plus many bald trees. And while the Big Baldy summit has amazing views, we suggest continuing about a mile further for even more sweeping views of the area.
Okay. Oh, wow.
We just realized that Kings Canyon is our final California national park. California is home to 9 national parks, more than any state. We've now officially been to all 9 of them. And they have
Oh, I would love to see. Oh man, they went to Yosemite. I would love to see them in the Death Valley because that one fascinates me a lot.
all been absolutely incredible with such varied scenery and types of experiences.
But our California National Park adventures aren't quite over just yet. Next, we're heading north to revisit one of our favorite national parks, Yosemite.
Okay, I said Yosemite. Okay. How many national parks there are in America, or even just in California? Wow. My friends, thank you so much for watching this with me. It's really a pleasure that you guys end up staying until the end. I cannot tell if you end up staying until the end, but if you are listening, okay, you guys get it. But yeah, thank you so much. See you guys in the next one. Bye, my friend.